The most important things to remember, especially in high ticket coaching and sales, is you are holding somebody to a standard that they have been unable to achieve by themselves. So it's so important to remember that you are the leader of this conversation, not them. So if, for example, you have some pre-call things that people need to do before hopping in a call, such as a pre-call survey to get more information, more background on them, and a pre-call VSL or training or video, and they haven't watched it, when you come onto the call, you want to say something like, hey, I didn't see your survey. Were you able to check out the training as well? And if they say yeah, be like, okay, great. What was your biggest takeaways? And if they're fumbling over their words, it's like they haven't done it. If they have done it, great, and they just didn't do the survey. But you kind of want to be like, hey, so obviously we only let in 33% of the people that apply to work with us. So that means 1 out of 3 people are unqualified, and you want to know why. And they'll be like, why? And be like, because of things like this, where there were a couple action items that you needed to do before the call. We gave you plenty of warning, we gave you a few reminders about it, and you didn't do it. So if you're not able to do these basic things, where do you think that would land you coming into the program when we give you action steps and homework to do? Like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it. I'm like, okay, so, I've got to ask you, is this like a little bit of a pattern? Like, is this something that happens where, you jump onto calls with people, or you say you're going to do something, but then you don't actually follow through? Like, does that happen at all in your life? They'll be like, yeah, sometimes. Okay, so what do you think it is that you've got to change? Because here's the thing, like, over here, we know that we can change your life. We have 400 clients that have done over 50K a month. So we're not stressed about that, about us showing up. But if we're going to take a bet on you, we need to know that you're committed to changing your life, that you're committed to doing the work. Because right now I'm up here and you're here. So which version of yourself do you want to be? Do you want to be the version of yourself that shows up and does the work and actually gets what they want? Or do you want to be the version of yourself that, books in things and says that they're going to do things, but never actually follows through? Because I can imagine that's partially why we're on this call today, because you haven't been doing the things that you wanted to do. Otherwise, you would have got to where you would have wanted to get to. So it's very important that we hold this leadership frame for people coming onto calls, because without it, people are just continuing to not lead themselves. They're continuing to not move forwards in the direction that they need to go in order to reach their goals. They're not becoming the version of themselves that they need to be. And that lack of self-leadership doesn't just stay within them hitting their business goals or your coaching goals. It happens in their relationships, it happens around their finances, it happens around their exercise and their health. If they're not able to do one thing, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So you've got to lead people in calls. So it's a very important frame to reminder you as the salesperson, or as the coach, or as the agency, or as the business owner, you are the leader here. You have what they want, but they need to also show up for it, because a bad reputation will carry very far if you just enroll fucking anyone. There's an age-old thing that I heard a little while ago where it was a negative review can lose you 10 sales versus a positive review can win you 3 sales. So negative energy carries far. We know this from the news. So you've got to ask yourself, when you're on calls, are you holding a strong leadership frame? Are you calling patterns out? Are you calling out thought behaviors that people are doing that is holding them back from being successful? Because I can guarantee you, when you come to the point of objection handling, they will have uncertainty. They will give you some sort of, I need to think about it, or will this work, or do you give a guarantee? If they are not confident that they can show up for themselves and win with your program, they will lead themselves based on your confidence. So if you can ask them questions that can bring them into their own self-leadership to move them forwards for the best interest of them, and I mean best interest, if the best interest is doing what they were doing before, then cool. but God put me here to change people. So I don't know about you. If I can help somebody step into their leadership on that call, to take ownership and responsibility for their life so that they can have everything that they want, then absolutely. And that's what your role is to do as the business owner. So hope that helped you. Let me know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you soon.